What's up, everybody?
Back again, y'all. Back again. Back at it. All right. So shout out to all the members that's in tune. I had a 7-5, but I'm ready to go. When I put these videos together, I don't know the exact time, y'all. I have a roundabout time, but I go off the energy. I always tell you that. So just stay tuned. Every Monday, we're gonna be every Monday. I try not to put dates on stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how life works. But no, this the series we on, Black Crisis. This will be covered. Yeah, every Monday. Well, I'm just letting you know this is the series we into because this is a live documentary of what's happening. So let's just get into it. Shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to all the family. Y'all know what's up. What's up, Punches? I see you, bro. Hey, let's just go, man. I want people to get all this stuff clear, man, that this is reality. So once again, it's nothing new. These are things that I've been speaking about. All I do is pay attention to what's going on, and that's it. I cover my own way of seeing things. I cover my own ways of understanding so I can make sense out of it. Nobody tells me nothing. Nobody explains nothing to me. I'm not influenced by nobody. And that's just what it is. When it comes to this information, I don't listen to nobody. All the information I tell you is from me. It's like I said, I don't write magazines. I don't write books. I don't cover stuff like that. I'm not professional on that level. But see, my whole perspective of this channel is the information. What I say and what I'm putting out there. That's what I stand by. But this is nothing but information. And all I have been doing is taking the information, packaging it up nice and sweet to give to the people. So they can see it for themselves. Meaning, for those who want to know, that is it. At this point, it is only about those who want to know. The ones that want to know want to do better. What they say, if you knew better, you do better. But before you knew, you got to know. Once you know, that's the start. This shit for real, y'all. This shit is for real. Because I'm seeing more stuff. It's disturbing, man. Because me, like I said, these are all the things I spoke about, but it didn't happen yet, and I didn't know how it was going to play out. I just know where things were going at. Like when I say stuff from the top to the bottom, when it was 5,000 Gov officials that got fired, I knew that meant something. High level, that's the highest you're going to go. Highest you're going to go. Ones that so-called make law, fight. All the way to the bottom. Now, this is the thing I want y'all to get. This is the most important thing a lot of y'all better get. See, you got ignorant people, they trying to make it about race. Shit ain't about no race, y'all. If it's about a race, it's about a race that failed. It's about a race that went too far, too deviant, too devilish. They're not themselves no more. They don't follow their normal traditions. They don't follow their normal religions. They don't follow their normal cultures. They're not coherent in business, education. This is reality. So all the young people going to suffer because of all the older people. Because this crisis is from the top to the bottom. I gave y'all the clues earlier. They thought life was a party. They start playing around in them churches. They start playing around in everything. I'm going to tell you again, the whole structure of the so-called community was the church. See, everybody was taught to diss the church, go against the church, talk about stupid-ass preachers. Meanwhile, you don't know about the book. Throw that out the window. You don't even know about what the church stands for. The church was the glue for the communities. It was the glue that kept it together. It wasn't nothing else you see. It wasn't a business. It wasn't the education. It was the religion. In this country, the reason why Black people were where they were at is because they did the right thing, which would now be called Uncle Toms, Coons, sellouts. But my point, I always tell you, from what I learned, that is the only way to make it in this country. It's called doing the right thing. But I told you, when you got decades and decades of people shaming people for doing the right thing, shaming them and shaming them, Uncle Tom, this and that. So like I said, when you diss all your people and trash them all, now you ain't got no help. So let's look in time, all the people that was so-called Uncle Toms. Code word, blacks that hang with whites, cool with whites, educated by whites, in the white system. But on the back end, those are the same blacks that was able to do stuff and get stuff done. See, that so-called black Uncle Tom, he got white friends. His white friends can help him out do stuff. Y'all didn't get it. So now you're going to pay. Why? When I told them all, I did all these specials. Black people was never the face of welfare. All that shit didn't start to the 60s. Meaning they was the majority or nothing. Back in the day, you know that welfare was considered shame. They rather struggle, suffer with nothing before they go ask for anything, because what y'all don't get it. The original Black Americans understood something. In order for us to be classified as respectable, in order for us to get to highest levels, we have to prove that we can maintain things on our own as much as possible. It is very important that they understood they must respect each other. They must keep themselves clean, their neighborhoods clean. They must be highly educated, aka nerds. That's what y'all don't get. Black people had to be nerds, honor roll status. That's what y'all do not get. Everybody want to talk this black stuff, but you don't understand. The blacks of the past were geniuses. They were nerds. So I'm going to rewind it again. Only way to make it is you got to be right. You got to go the right path. You got to be a nerd. That's the difference. They were nerds. They were geniuses. They were inventors. They were part of a lot of stuff. They were ones to go to for information. They showed you stuff like Hidden Figures. They show you so much stuff. But everybody kept being caught up in the invention. Well, black people invented this. Black people invented that. Cool, but you ain't looking at the whole picture of what it's about. How are they in position to be inventors? Oh, but you think everything was stolen and taken from? No, it wasn't. They were being paid to do some of that, a lot of that stuff. I'm talking about after slavery. Like I said, your brain is slavery. After slavery, blacks were getting rich by doing certain things, creating patents, investing. They understood certain things. Then if you want to go to the nightlife, when we talk about that bootleg and all that, that was a whole nother lane, but they understood certain things. We have to sustain ourselves. We have to sustain ourselves and our spot in this country, period. They knew that. But then this thing happened where they started getting plagued with that crime shit. Sex, drugs, and music is what brought them down. It just took 50 years to do it. 50 to 60. Now, here's your result. Black crisis. It's not going to get no better. You're in a situation, if you're so-called black, you have to save yourself. It's just where it is. This is why I kept throwing all this stuff at y'all about this we and us stuff. I was trying to tell you all that we stuff, us, is not going to work this time at all. So I'm talking about, when I say not going to work, by you even saying it, you an idiot. You insane. Because you know it's not reality, but you keep saying it. Which is really deflection from each individual you see doing their own thing to be successful. It's simple. When you got 4 people on this page, right here, we're looking at. If she do her own thing successfully, she do what she's supposed to do, she's do what she's supposed to do, he do what he's supposed to do, everybody looks good together, everything's going right. Everything's going forward. It's all it's supposed to be. Very simple. And it's not, we're going to look for a job. We're going to do this. Now, to this day, you're going to see they all still together. They all do the same thing. They follow the same beliefs. They act alike, dress alike, talk alike, do everything alike. So this is what made them all become duplicates of failure, and they all going off the cliff. And I'm trying to tell you, from my measurement, the way they showed their ass this past last decade, a harsh reality had to get smacked upon them. Where a lot of y'all are being proud for no reason, meaning you didn't do nothing, but you still want to reap the benefits of what people did. So now me bring it back when I said all these things. I said a lot of bad people been riding the wave of good people. A lot of dumb people been riding the wave of the smart. The smart people have been carrying the load of everybody else for all these years. We know this. We all know this. For every family, it's only going to be a couple breadwinners in the family. Every family, it's only a few that hold the whole family together. It's like that in every family. That I know in this culture, it's always like that. Each family might have 1 to maybe 3 people that's successful. And then the rest of the family depends on them. This shit been going on for years, y'all. You got your friends depending on you, your family, because you the smartest one. You the most successful one. You owe everybody else. All of these systems were designed for failure, y'all, because it went on too long. And then a lot of y'all that are good, you failed because you kept obligating yourself to this behavior. You kept going for the okie doke. This is what I tell you, that covering up the BS. See, what happened is people been covering up the trash so long, now you're stuck with the trash. Instead of taking out the trash, you kept putting it under the bed. You kept trying to put it behind the house. You was doing everything except for throw the trash out. You ain't saying clean the room up. So what happened is 2026, everybody's left with all this trash. When everybody was claiming demon time and nobody said nothing. I'll tell you all this stuff means something. When the high-ups, people powers that be, we're watching your kids claim demons. But yet, all y'all still talking this church stuff, but nobody's saying nothing about this demon activity. Somebody say they want to send troops to Chicago to clean it up. They say, nah, we ain't with that. So I tell you, it's a lot of stuff that happened. And I'm telling you, it is so much shit that happened, and it's all put in one ball. And this is why I was telling a lot of y'all, just please chill out with the mouth shit. The more you talk, the more you're going to embarrass yourself. And the more you're going to make it worse. The people on, why this is like that, I'm telling you, because of all this online activity made it like this. That's what happened. Those big ass mouths, y'all. So today, we're going to get back into it. Black crisis. And everything you're going to see is self-infliction. Now, let's start with the woman to the left. First thing first, she is the one that gave her 1-year-old whiskey and slayed the baby. She called herself putting the baby to sleep. She really did put him to sleep. The woman in the middle, she's the one that left her I think 11-year-old child. Long story short, she left her child in the house for 6 weeks while she allegedly went out of town to a funeral. That man right there, well, the man we're going to be talking about is the guy I was talking about that turned himself in. Meaning he did something stupid because he wanted to go to jail. He couldn't take it out here no more. Then that female with the blue, she's making a point we're going to look at. She's saying, y'all need to stop congratulating women that have kids that are poor. Basically saying, y'all always saluting people having kids when you know goddamn well they poor and shouldn't be having kids. That's what she's saying. So like I said, we are in a time now of no more feelings, no more, our opinions don't mean shit. I just give you my opinion as I give y'all this information, but I don't have an opinion on it. I already know what it is. I know where it's going at. I know what this is about. I have nothing to talk about, nothing to rebuttal, none of that. And everybody that lied to you, everybody that was in on it, or everybody that was just stupid, they the ones going to keep talking. They the ones going to keep talking. I got another one for y'all. I had a delivery today. I got a delivery from some things I ordered. The person that brought my stuff don't even speak English. But guess what shirt they had on? Black Lives Matter. The wildest stuff happened to me in my life, y'all. A woman brought the stuff. She couldn't speak English. So guess what? You know, I know a little Spanish. So I had to recite the passcode to her in Spanish. Because I told you, I'm diverse, guys. I got to always flex on y'all like that. Well, I can act ignorant. I could be super black than everybody. But at the same time, I can deal with all people, y'all. Meaning I can put the black stuff on the shelf, just be a regular person, and handle people accordingly. Okay, you don't speak English. I can speak a little Spanish. I mean, we can communicate. I got you. You see what I'm saying? That's how I roll. So the thing that would trick me out, the person couldn't speak English, but they had on a Black Lives Matter shirt. And in my mind, I'm like, man, they from California. Black Lives Matter shirt, and they had on Crocs. Word, facts, y'all. So I want y'all to get, man, there's a lot going on out here. Check it out. The saga still continues. Black men need to go to therapy. So these are things we've been talking about. Some of the things I already said. People need to get therapy. People had to work on fixing their life. And the more they don't, the more they're going to crumble. I understand what this is about because I studied it and learned. The way this country is set up, and the older you get, you will start going crazy. You might start getting sick. You might get both. But which a lot of y'all don't get. A lot of things inflicted upon them, it comes from mental issues. Same way they don't know, the stress kills them. The stress makes them sick because they won't get help. What is help? Advice. What is therapy? Advice from somebody that's not going to judge you. But yet and still, they'll keep talking to their friends that judge them. They'll keep talking to their family that judge them. They'll post. They'll talk. They'll hit live. They don't understand. All this making them more crazier. Because the road down the right path is a lonely one. And they don't get your weakness is the fact you can't deal with reality. Your weakness is you can't do nothing by yourself. You won't even fix yourself. Oh, you worried about what people think. That's your other weakness. Worried about what people think about you. Always worried about fitting in with a bunch of fucking zeros. That shit played out, y'all. It's played out because it's not a real community no more. It's not real friendship. It's not real love. It's fake, y'all. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You obligating your life to fake shit. And you're going to keep crying while you keep getting these results. No, let's go. Black men need to go to therapy. Now, like I said, I'm not disagreeing. I already told y'all I gave myself my own therapy because where I'm at now, it took over 10 years to get where I'm at. Meaning each year, I had to learn something new to make myself better. I've been dealt with this thing called letting stuff go. I don't block stuff out. I deal with it and I let it go. I block it out after I'm done with it. I don't have no trauma in my life at all. At all. When they say no regrets, I don't have no regrets because everything I've been through in life, I understand and learn from it. That's another thing. If you don't learn from what you've been through in life, you're going to keep repeating it and you're going to live a miserable ass fucking life. If you don't fix the flaws, if you don't address certain things that might have happened to you, bad things happen. But my point is you have to face them all and move on. Black men need to go to therapy. Everybody know black men been through the most trauma. Part of this is how black men need women to be their mother. Black men are not black men no more. This is saying black men weak in the mind. They weak in the mind. I told you they got to go to therapy because they got destroyed by hip hop, y'all. Hip hop was mine. Hip hop was psychological. Now I want you to look at this woman's face and understand that the men love music more than women. They loved it more than their own children, y'all. They loved it. They love the streets more than everything. So being that people love the streets more than they love home, that's why they're going to be outside now. People are going to be homeless now. Everybody that lived the street life, I told you, this is all about people that believed in the streets. Everything we're dealing with is everybody that believed in everything wrong, went against the grain, never changed their ways. They all the ones going to suffer. That's what all it's about. Everybody that was rebellious. What's rebellious? Well, you know what you got to do, don't you? You know what you got to do, but you don't want to do it, right? That's you. You're not rebellious because of me and nobody else. You're rebellious because you already know what you got to do, but you don't want to do it. And you're taking pride in doing the wrong shit. It's like if I was proud to sell weed at 17, But now I'm a grown-ass man. I'm still proud to sell weed. Like, that shit's something to be proud of. Meaning, the whole point is, bro, how long you think you're going to keep selling weed to be successful? So that's why I threw it at people while I was telling them, like, weed don't pay no real bills. Get that reality out your head. Weed is for little shit. We don't make real money to handle shit for real. Weed money is not going to change your life when you're grown. That's for when you're young. Same way with any chick thought they was going to be a prostitute, get fast money. You ain't never going to get no real money doing that. You're going to get money to pay your bills, but you ain't going to get no real money. So when you got the whole world believing all this fake stuff, chasing money, let's go. Chasing the bag is what made you delusional. Chasing street dreams, delusional. Thinking you're going to get by life with people taking care of you, delusional. Thinking you're going to keep talking about this country, and then at the same time, you actually need them for money. You actually need them for a place to stay. You actually need them for everything in your life. You know goddamn well you're born and raised on that system. You know you still on the system, and you still was talking junk. You still just kept going. Now you're not appreciating stuff. Now you're delusional. You thinking you built this up. You thinking everything you got, you earned. You established. You ain't do nothing, and you forgetting that. And now that y'all forgot, now they're going to wake your ass up, y'all. This shit is horrific. I got to talk like this because this is what it is, y'all. There are just as many black women who needs to go to counseling for mental health. Let's stop right there. I told you this is the problem with y'all. The problem is when somebody say something, y'all always fucking rebuttaling. If she say black men need to go to therapy, instead of listening to what she's saying, no, you mean women need to go to therapy. We know that. Yes, everybody needs to go. But what if I told you everybody already go? Hey, Johnny come lately, black people. What if I told you everybody goes to therapy? Normal shit. I'm talking about every other families. Know why? Other families don't play make-believe. They deal with shit. They deal with it. You know how they deal with it? They study their family early. When they start seeing little stuff, need some therapy. We go to therapy. Or, honey, we going through some shit. Let's go to therapy. Let's fix this shit. See, you only used to go into hospitals when you're sick. You used to go into hospitals when you're hurt. But you don't know therapy is so you won't be sick and you won't be hurt. Therapy is prevention. That's right. So my point is, I remember I told you, right? They always train to fight. Being that you're always fighting, that's why you're ignorant. Because when somebody's having a conversation, y'all get into this blaming shit. Or what about them? 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 You see that? That blaming shit makes you psycho delusional. You're blaming people. We just got a conversation. You deal with shit accordingly. Like I say, in school, it was called the above topic. Once you deal with that topic, then you deal with another topic. That's why they made you write essays. Stick to the goddamn topic. Then we'll talk about that topic. So the reason why they're going to stay psycho, y'all, they don't deal with issues and topics. They debate, they fight. So they can't have real conversations of intelligence. You see? Y'all always able to see that on all these lives, all these damn panels, all this talking shit. But nothing's coming out of it. Because nothing's accomplished from debates. So when these Negroes started all this debating, I knew from day one it was ignorance. Let's go, y'all. There are just as many black women who needs to go to counseling for mental health care as well. This is an issue for the black community, period. So I want y'all to also read between the lines within all of this. Y'all always going to see is people that smart know what's going on. And I just say certain things because people are trained that way. I talk to people how they're trained. You're trained to believe in this one thing, black community. Meanwhile, black community has nothing to do with black people. Y'all made it where if I don't hang with y'all, I'm not in your community. Y'all made it where if a person is black, but they're not cool or what you think or want them to be, they're not with the community. That's how y'all brain is trained. And that's y'all failure. Because see, remember when I told them about shaming all the nerds? All the nerds is the ones doing good. But remember, all the nerds are the ones you don't like and they corny, right? No, those are the ones you want to take advantage of. Those are the ones you don't want to hang with. That's why it's like that. Then again, y'all want everybody to be bad. So when there's somebody good, you're trying to corrupt them one way or another. Like I had a girl I was dealing with. She had a good job. While her friends kept trying to get her to smoke weed. Yeah, you ain't spoken in a while. I'm like, yo, your friends are haters. I'm telling to her face, your friends straight haters. I'm like, they know you got a good job. They keep offering you to hit the blunt. I said, because what you don't get is they don't accept the fact you stop smoking and you change your ways and you doing better now. The same female I helped stop smoking. Help her do better. You feel me? On some real talk. While she's clean doing her thing, I'm watching her friends trying to get her to smoke, y'all. And that's why she used to piss me off. I'm like, yo, why do you keep dealing with these bird bitches? Meaning, yeah, they're your friends and all that. This ain't no hate. I'm trying to tell you they're hating on you. They don't want to see you doing good. They want you right back with them. And you know what I told my girl? I told her straight up. I said, what you don't get, you ain't making for real. So if you think because you got this good job, you ain't making far away. How you know you ain't making? Man, they still got access to you. That's just what y'all don't get. So y'all are making out the hood, and you think you're doing good in there, and you go right back. But I tell you all, you ain't making far enough. You didn't make it far enough as you think. Why? You doing good, but you still got all that same trash. You still doing the same shit. You still with the same fucking people. So you really ain't going nowhere. And they gonna make sure of that. Yeah. Because you know why? The chick that I was dealing with, her homegirl had a better job than her first, but she lost her job. See what I'm saying? So being that she lost her job and her tables had turned, she was trying to get my girl to smoke weed. I knew what she was doing. See what I'm saying? And I'm telling her, you keep dealing with them. You don't get it, do you? So like I said, because you had that girlfriend shit going on, BFF shit going on. Tell you it was all the trap. So now I'm telling you shit. I'm putting you on. You winning, but you want to keep listening to your bum ass friends, right? Even though they all bums right now, you gonna learn. So I'm telling you, I know how this shit go. That was the whole purpose of y'all with this girlfriend shit, girl, because you're going to be the one that's doing it all, and your 3, 4, 2 homegirls going to be fucking bums, and they're going to leech off you, and they're going to bring your ass down. They're going to keep you distracted. They ain't got no man. They ain't got no focus, no relationship, no nothing, and they're going to be the main ones enforcing their shit on you, having you all up in their shit. No, girl, don't have no man. You going to hang with us. You going to foot our bill. It's all the same. I've been peeped all these women out. I've been watching their ass for a little minute now. Get it? That's why I say I'm not playing with them right now. I'm saying it for a reason. Until they learn to think for themselves. That's one thing. Now let's get back to the men. It's a mental thing for both of them. It's called the blind leading the blind, y'all. It has to be fixed. The whole thing is this. When people learn to be individuals, worry about yourself. Stop giving a damn what everybody else think. You're supposed to worry about you, yours. You and yours. Whatever come out your goddamn body, your youngsters, that's all you're supposed to worry about. And the people that's with you helping. Other than that, it don't mean shit, y'all. Trust me on that. Because it's prices to pay in life when you don't do what you're supposed to do. You do it to yourself, y'all. That's how it works. See what I'm saying, y'all? I'm telling y'all from experience. When I knew it was time, man, I got to stop smoking weed. Fuck that. I got to stop. Why? I'm not gonna be in a situation where I gotta do a certain thing and I can't do it because I got a dirty urine. Meaning, who am I to sit back and smoke weed with a dirty urine like I'm straight like that in life? So I've been got on some discipline shit like, yo, I only smoke weed with my money right. Like when I tell you all these things about being up in rent and being ahead of your bills and shit, I only smoke unless I'm ahead. If I'll tell you guys, I don't play that smoking shit no more. Like I'm not gonna be broke smoking. I'm not gonna go broke smoking. And I'm not going to let smoking stop me from getting money. Did it? That's how I roll. So I'm talking about today. If I was smoking and I realized my money ain't looking right, man, fuck this. I'm about to get me another job. Well, when you clean, go get to the money. I get a job fucking 2, 3 days, 4 days. Next week, I'll be working. Because clean urine, y'all. Clean urine, yours will get paid, man. So I tell y'all, always a trick with this dumbass weed shit. The weed keep you broke. Yeah, we train the light weed be high. No, the weed keep us high. Dealing with our life every day. It makes the time go by, make us feel good. But at the end of the day, we don't do it. But take the money and your life don't fucking change. You're going to see. You've been stressing a decade. You've been stressing for years. You're going to see all the weed you smoke, nothing never change. Nothing never change. Only thing changes the strand, the color. Your life never changes. You're just going to keep smoking. That's it. Meanwhile, nothing gets done. Nothing gets paid off. You still financing shit. All these bills, smoking weed. Stressed out. No, y'all, it's called try stopping for a year. Try stopping for 6 months. Give yourself a test. Let me see how much I can accomplish when I stop. But your hardest thing gonna be what? Stopping. So who's hard and who's soft? Who's the punk? Who's the punk that can't stop nothing? All right. So I be telling people, just shut the fuck up, tone it down. Master self-discipline, master oneself, then you talk about others and worry about what they got going on. Your hardest challenge is making yourself better. That's the hardest shit we all got to go through. And I tell you, it's called becoming the real you. If you wasn't born to be a failure, you're supposed to be doing something else, you got to make the proper adjustments. But if you're born to be a failure, continue on. Black women need to show more respect for themselves. Have some morals. So you see, this woman made a real statement, she being attacked. See that? Black woman needs to show more respect for themselves. She's talking. Guys, you're looking at the mental health issues right here. Or she's making a statement. They're flipping on her. You know why? Everybody take it as a diss. So I want y'all all to see, I talk a lot of shit because it don't apply to me. See, I can repeat this and it means nothing to me because I understand. When she say black men need to go to therapy, what I'm going to say in my head, she ain't talking to me, but I know what she's talking about. Let's tell you this how life works. If I jump up, bitch, you need to go to therapy. That means something. See what I'm saying? I'm offended. No, she's talking real talk. So I always tell y'all, like, when I be telling y'all all these things with black people, I really be trying to tell y'all, none of the shit they do apply to me. That's why I say, well, I ain't black, because I don't do what they do. Get it? That was my whole point when I said it's separation. And no matter what you say about them, it ain't going to offend me. Whatever, it don't matter, because I ain't them. And I must always prove that I'm not them, because it's not about no complexion. It's about behavior and culture, lifestyle. Your culture is your lifestyle. Your lifestyle produces your behavior. The shit you believe is your culture. The shit you live every day is your culture. The things you think about is your culture. So when I say booty, sex, drugs, that is their culture. Weed, booty, violence, that's their culture. Fighting, angry, march, pumping fists, that's their culture. That's who they are. So being that's their culture, you will always see it in their behavior. Rebellion. So when you say something, they go to rebellion. Because they're the rebellious ones. Meaning they always fighting shit. I know about Baal. Baal is the rebel. Baal is the rebel of rebellion. I told you guys the spirit of Baal is amongst you. That's right. You're going to always rebel. And that's why it's like that. But what you don't get now, they had a discussion on how the rebellion will be crushed. Let's go. Now, let's prove what she said, right? Black men need to go to therapy. How many of y'all saw this viral video of all those men fighting? But what you don't get is they all were rainbow men. So what y'all don't get, I'm talking to the idiots that don't hear this clear. And what I'm saying this is, y'all, I'm not talking to no members, but there's times when this shit gonna come off members only. And when these videos be released, they must get it clear. Guys, what y'all do not get, y'all men are the most fruitiest of all men. And I told you, now we at the point where the straight men are flipped out. This is a viral video of all fruity men fighting. Cross-dressers, thug, DL thugs, they all together fighting outside. Because this is a mental issue. What else the biggest trick? They don't understand back in the day, homosexuality was considered a mental issue. I spoke about all these things. See, back in the day, 50s and all that, 40s, especially the 50s, it was considered disability. Same way now, like autism. If your child was like that, it was considered a mental issue, y'all. But they understood something. One day, they all going to be like that. And being that they're going to all be like that one day, we're not going to make it a disability. Meaning they ain't going to get paid off it. They ain't getting no money off this shit. But back in the day, it was a mental issue. It was. They had to go to therapy and stuff. See, that's how it was back then. So say back in the church days, in the 50s and all that, early 60s, you running your family household, all of a sudden you catching your son dressing up and doing certain stuff. They would take him to therapy and get him classified. They'd take him to a doctor because they'd be trying to figure out why is he like that, what's going on. They would try to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And they would be considered, it was considered a mental issue. Period. So that's why, being I know history, the underlying tone to this, when she's saying black men need to go to therapy, no, they are the main ones with mental issues. They are. They're more turned out than women. They are, man. And it's sad because I'm starting to see something, man. And I'm telling y'all, guys, you got to get this mental trauma shit, y'all. Woman, I know y'all are so trained to block shit out, but I know for a fact there's some traumatizing shit. If you are a woman, especially if you're a black woman that's been around for a while, and you've been witnessing all this shit these men been doing, I know that's why I tell you it's a see, it don't affect you, but no, y'all, everybody's affected one way or another. I'm telling you, we're trained to block out trauma. If I was a woman seeing all these men go out like this, that shit would be so sad to me. I would be horrific. The black man's supposed to be our leader, y'all hero. He's supposed to be y'all provider, protector. But look what he is now. That's the part that's sad, y'all. Why? Every other people not like that. Every other people did not get brainwashed by rap in the streets. Every other people did not keep getting locked up, leaving their girl home with all the kids. Every other people did not keep trying to have kids knowing they fucking broke. No, y'all, this is what it is. What covered it up? The money, the dressing up, the getting fly, getting dressed, buying cars, cribs. Made everybody feel comfortable. I'm doing my thing. Why? I got a nice crib, got my nice furniture, I got my fresh gear, my car right. I'm doing my thing. See it now? No, y'all, all that shit mental issues. That's what you talking about. These are all men fighting, y'all. Let's go. This coming from a black man. Let's read this important post. He agreed. He said, this coming from a black man. She isn't lying. I have always been the stereotypical black man and shunned the conversation of it. Told you. People, I told y'all people waking up. He said, I always shunned the conversation of mental, get some help therapy. When you find the right therapist, they will get all the hurt and resentment out of you. I find a therapist who put you, he said, find a therapist who put you in the mind of an auntie. I tell you, on third session, that woman had me crying like a baby. What y'all don't get is, you got to get it all out. This is how it works, y'all. Once you get that shit all out, guess what happens? You have to break down, y'all. When you break down, let all that shit out, that's when it really leaves. For y'all guys, that's how this shit works. So in this episode, I will tell y'all all the shit I didn't tell y'all. Now, remember when I told y'all I stopped dealing with that life and I just got tired of all this shit? I broke down, y'all. I broke down to myself. I was tired of that shit. I'm getting older, realizing, bro, your life is nothing but circles. No matter what you do, somehow you're starting over. And the main thing that messed my whole head up was, whenever I try to do right, it come out wrong. But when I do wrong, I come out right. I was actually better in the streets than trying to do right. But a lot of my stress came from trying to do right. Why? Family. Then I learned nothing I do is good enough for my family. I'm talking about my own mother. Start peeping shit. No, bro, no matter what you do, ain't gonna be enough. This is who they are. Then I start getting deeper. Yo, bro, you was the one supposed to fail. You supposed to be the bag. A lot of different things, y'all. But when I realized, like when I always wanted to have a family, somehow shit don't go right. Why? The ways of the world. I always just want to be a regular dude with one chick, have all my kids, family, household, but it didn't never go like that. But I got to take part of the blame for me running the street. By me being a street guy, I ruined my own life. So I'm going to be honest with y'all. By me being this street dude, I ruined my own life. Not taking shit as serious as I want to. I'm going to show you, I'm doing everything right, but I'm also contradicting it with the wrong shit, which means I'm not getting nowhere. Times I should have stayed in the house, I'm doing this. But see, my point is, when I officially broke, it was like, enough is enough. And I'm sick of this shit. I was just like, I'm talking about to myself, I'm sick of my life. I'm sick of these cycles. I'm sick of having shit that I don't got. I'm talking about, I'm sick of struggling. I'm sick of being up. I'm sick of this up and down shit. I'm sick of watching my back. I'm sick of this whole life, y'all. To the point I just broke one day. You know what I'm saying? Broke down, crying, y'all. You feel me? To myself. And after that, that was it. I ain't cried since. That was 15 years. But not about, that was a minute. I'd say about 2012, 13, 14, somewhere around there. On some real shit. That's why I tell y'all, in the end, you're gonna go crazy. I know how it's set up to be. Because I know what would happen to me if I ain't get that shit out. So my point is, I had to get tired of the life I was living. That's what I tell you. When I got out the game, it wasn't because no pressure. It wasn't because of this. It wasn't because of that. To the point where I was with my child's mother. I'm ready to change, but she not. You know what I'm saying? She ready to keep doing what she do. I was ready to change, y'all, because I was tired. Because I had been in the street since 16. These are facts. So as I'm realizing my whole life, like, bro, you've been in the street a long time. Like, you see what I'm saying? Now you're getting older, you got your kids, but somehow your life ain't changing. So when I made changes, it was for the better, for my future, because I know one day when my kids get older, they're going to need me to do some real things. And I already seen a vision. You're going to be a broke down older guy. You ain't going to have shit. You're going to be this has-been guy. You're going to be so ashamed of yourself, you're not even going to be able to look in your children's face. So I understood this shit got to be fixed. But next thing you know, just know the reality kicks in. But I will tell you this. Just when y'all favorite president was in office. When y'all favorite president was in office, that's when I had my epiphany. So I tell you all, the side of it for me is when he came to office and all that shit was going on, that was my greatest time of waking up, and I did. And that also was the time when I seen that all black people was in the spell back then. And I started thinking back then, I'm not going to be like them. But now, in the end, I'm able to sit back, mind right, good. Now I'm watching the whole shit play out like, yo, the beauty I get is I'm so happy I left it alone. Because I tell you, none of this shit applies to me. And I always tell y'all, everything everybody's going through now, I already been through. You know what I'm saying? The struggle with the baby, the struggle of the everyday life of the Pampers, the food, what's next. You know what I'm saying? I've been through the struggles of the worst, y'all. So I'm telling you, I've been there already. That's why I talk so much shit. Why? Nobody helped me get where I'm at. Nobody helped me mentally, physically, spiritually. I did it all myself. That's the pride I take. So I tell y'all what, only thing you're supposed to be proud of is things that you accomplished for yourself. That's what you be proud of. But you still don't got to brag. No, y'all, I've been telling y'all these formulas that everybody has to fix. Now, let's take off. We're going to speed it up. I always try to be transparent with y'all because I talk a lot, but between the talking is realness in it. Meaning it's all from the heart. You know what I'm saying? It's all from the heart, y'all. That's just what it is. I have no problem telling y'all the shit I've been through because that's where I'm at. But the thing is this, I don't dwell on it. So my past is a closed book. Bah! I don't dwell on it. I don't care about it. Meaning I don't run from it. It's finished. It's just finished. That's it. That's why I be on this past shit with y'all. Your past is your prison and your death sentence. That's all it is. It's going to haunt you forever. The coming from a black man, she isn't lying. This man said, I was like that. What'd he say? I tell you on the third session, that woman had me crying like a baby. Because it's the truth, y'all. Until you break and get all that shit out of you, you never straight, y'all. You never are. You never are. You just running, facing. You don't want to acknowledge shit. I don't care if your family did you wrong. You gotta, everything you've been through, you gotta admit it, y'all. You gotta admit it. Yo, my mother ain't love me like that. Man, I was just a bag. Shit like that. Like just real shit. Yeah, my mother loved me. She cared about me, but she was still selfish. Damn, I'm thinking, you can think about it, say, damn. Some of y'all might say, damn, my parents didn't even tell me they love me like that. Damn, man, my mom never used to kiss me like, you might have all these little things you looking at, but that shit means something. I told you all, when you go on your whole life, moms don't do shit for you. You get older, start hitting you. Damn, your mom, you realize your mom ain't never make you breakfast. Your mom ain't never do nothing extra. Your parents always just did just enough. Just enough. Meaning, I'm going to do just enough. I ain't going to do nothing extra. I ain't going to do nothing. I ain't going to make your life better. I ain't going to help your life. So I started noticing all these things. Like, as I'm getting older, my mother you talking all this shit. But I started thinking as I got older, like, yo, you ain't help me do nothing. You ain't help me do shit. You get it? So this is my whole point with family. It's one thing if your family help you with everything and then you fuck up. My family never helped me with shit. But then in the end, I'm going to tell you why when it all feels good. In the end, when you get your life together and you go back around family, then you can see all the fake shit. I did it all, y'all. I was labeled as a failure in my family, like the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by failure. Not doing what I'm supposed to do. Always in some shit. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Always lacking. Never, you know what I'm saying? Just, I'm all right, but I'm not, You know what I'm saying? So these are the things that happen. And you got to deal with them. And you're going to notice, I'm telling you, the family is part of your trauma. That's why I was telling y'all, oh, it's the fucking family. Your family is your first curse, guys. They are. They just are. They are. I can't tell you no other kind of way. When you look at your life from how you was raised by, so I judge my family by when I was young to when I was teenager to when I was grown. I judged them from the whole shit. Then when I sized it all up, I'm like, man, these motherfuckers always was who they was. Then I start breaking it down. Like, certain motherfuckers ain't had love for me like that. Meaning, family played a role in your life, but it has nothing to do with love. Then I start getting deep. I know the family members that got me high first. I know the family members that started putting that negativity in my head. I know the family members that saw me coming up as a youngster or see me going in the right direction, and they played a part in taking me off the course. But see, what I knew is, as I got older, I'm the bad guy in my family, but I learned everything bad from the bad people that's older than me, y'all. And that's why I tell y'all I became the bad guy. My cousin taught me certain shit, smoking weed. My cousin, my brother, my aunts. You know what I'm saying? But I told y'all, my number one supporter was my crackhead aunt. She loved me to death. And they always shitted on her. So as I got older, I put it together. Nah, man, my aunt was telling the truth about a lot of shit. They just try to play her because she was the scapegoat for everybody else bullshit. Then as time went on, other family members who they really were, they bullshit start coming out for real. See, I knew she was a shit. My point is, I started peeping stuff. And I was like, nah, family is the first curse, y'all. They are. But if you got good family members, you keep them close. But if you one of them people with a corrupt family, fake love and all that, that's your curse. Now, let's go. So you see it, y'all. Therapy is very important. All therapy is talk to somebody that's not going to judge you. That's all it is. They also didn't want y'all to get therapy because they wanted y'all to stay crazy. Now you got a crisis. That's what it's all about. So you see them out in the neighborhood fighting these black men? So that's why I tell y'all, everything is not an argument, idiot. Everything is not an argument. I'm talking to the idiots in the back that's going to catch this replay. Everything is not an argument, y'all. You see all them black men outside fighting? They all rainbow. All of them. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. You see this man? He boxing. Guess what he got on? A G-string outside. Put his arms like a fight. He got on straight draws outside. All GAY men. This is their mental issue. This is their mental. This part of it. This part of it. This part of it. You now see what I told y'all about that jail shit? This is what I told y'all about that jail stuff. Hip-hop, rap, jail. You see him looking like Young Thug? No. Why people don't get, the world knows they need mental health? Because everybody knows they was in an MK Ultra program called hip-hop, and that shit flipped them out. Everybody knows this. The only thing that threw it all off, they got brainwashed to believe in this thing called pride. This pride movement was to put them exactly where they at. How you know that? Because you know rainbow lifestyle is centuries. It's been out for 1,000 years. Somehow y'all became the most in the past 15 years. That's the proof of your mental issues. Also, you keep repeating the same shit over and over and over and over again. That's also insanity. So it's a lot of reasons why people saying this shit. It just is what it is, y'all. Look at all these men outside fighting, y'all. All these men you're looking at. Black men, let's be clear. Black men. This a what? Black crisis. Guess what, ladies? These are the type of men y'all been with. These type of men y'all be with. Because y'all don't get that a feminine man is many different forms. And only a real man know what a real man is. Y'all been with a lot of feminine ass men, even though they had sex with coochie. That don't mean nothing. You'll see they can't take care of themselves. A man that cannot take care of himself as a female, y'all. You take care of females. This is the truth, y'all. All right? Men became sheltered. If he was a mama's boy, now he your mama's boy. I know for a fact you got mothers didn't get shit for Mother's Day. Even though they got baby fathers, they got all this. They live with them. They live with their man. They ain't get shit, man. They ain't take them out. They ain't do nothing. Why? Duh. She take care of him. So, woman, you might not got kids. But if you been take care of man, happy Mother's Day. You still was a mother. You still a mother. Because black men became child, y'all. They became children. Straight up. They turned your men into children. I say they lightly, they did it to themselves. All right? So look. Texas woman goes out of town for 6 weeks to attend a funeral, leaves her kids at home with no food and an 11-year-old in charge. So she had more than one kid. The 11-year-old was left in charge for 6 weeks. Here you got it, y'all. Here go the black crisis. This is insanity. Guys, I understood something. I threw it at y'all. I want to bet my life this woman got all C-sections. Them C-sections, it takes away a lot. Meaning, a lot of women had kids, but they were having kids like animals. They were just ripping them out, which means it was really no human detachment. The bond between the mother and the child got broken with all those C-sections. That shit means something. It does, in my opinion, because I understand the natural birth. And once you come out the stomach, lady, that boy didn't come, they're trying to come through that womb. Which means, is there really attachment like that? And he ain't breastfed, and the child ain't breastfed neither? The two things that kept you linked in with your parent, your mother regardless, is coming through that womb, and the second thing is breastfeeding. You're going to see they got that breastfeeding out of here. So I'm going to tell you all, the relationship between the mother and the child was always fake because there was never no real breastfeeding, which means the first form of milk is supposed to get is the mother's breast. But being that the mother smoked weed and the mother smoked cigarettes, and they were so much into their looks, they didn't want to breastfeed. But you didn't know, by you not breastfeeding, that ain't your child, because you don't know history and science. Did you know you can have a newborn baby and say another woman start breastfeeding your child will become her baby by nature, because she breastfed the baby. That's how somebody can take your child like that. Meaning, that's simple. Say you a mother, your homegirl right with you. As soon as you had a baby, you let your homegirl feed your baby. That baby is going to be linked with that woman more than you because of that breast. All these signs that y'all didn't get. So a lot of y'all were letting them game, finesse y'all, tuck you out of this, tuck you out of that, tuck you out of this, tuck you out of that. Now, I told you, I understood it was going to be a separation between mothers and their children. That's why the children don't love their parents like they're supposed to. And a lot of these parents was having kids for tax money. The woman going to talk, they didn't love them like that. It wasn't no real love, y'all. They taught them to be animals, y'all. They just going to breed. I told you, breeding. In y'all mind, you having kids, whatever you think, but in reality, y'all were breeders. What you were breeding? The men that's going to work this hard labor. All these jobs you see now that need workers. Y'all were breeding because y'all didn't understand the concept of babies out of wedlock. Babies out of wedlock, I told you guys, were never to be respected. We all do what we do. I had my babies out of wedlock, but I'm telling you the truth. The truth is, babies out of wedlock is not respected. It's for a lot of reasons behind that. Now, the system was based on what? Babies out of wedlock. Massive baby. The system created a false reality where in your mind, you're going to do whatever you want. You're going to keep popping out. You didn't get it. Now look at like you in that project, but you in a project. The project is you're going to breed in that fucking project. You're going to breed them babies. And that's what you're going to do. And that's all it was. I say it real harsh, but that's what it is. This woman, she was just breeding, y'all. All these kids, no love. What a mother is called mother intuition, mother instinct. A real mother don't do shit like that. A real mother's not gonna leave their damn kids. No, they don't got no mother's intuition. She don't got no mother. She is not in her. That's all that's about, y'all. You gotta be a certain way to do what you do. I told you I got a heart. There's certain things I'm not doing. That's me. Some people don't have no heart, y'all. That's who the fuck they are. They're soulless. The investigation into her abandonment began in late March when a concerned woman contacted the police. She had been housing the two children after they confided in her at a local park that their mother had been gone for an extended period. They outside in the park roaming around, y'all. Court documents revealed that the children were left to fend for themselves between February 17th and March 30th, forcing Child Protective Service. No, man, she tried to probably get them kids whacked, man. She tried to abandon those kids, man. She tried to abandon them, y'all. Told y'all that's what they doing now. Now, I'm saying that because everything that's happening now is nothing new. Child abandonment in America goes back to the 1800s, all of that. It was a time in America where parents were poor. They would leave the kids. That shit in this country called an extra mouth to feed was for real, and it's going back to that. It is going back. People understood they can't feed an extra mouth. And they would literally ditch the kids. Ditch them. Leave them. Straight up. We going here, we be back. Leave them. Dip off on a kid. So y'all, by me being in the streets and I realize how evil, wicked people are in this world, that's why I'm like this. Because I know I was with the evils. People are evil and wicked as hell, y'all. That's why I tell you, I don't deal with everybody. They have become the wickedest on the planet, y'all. Swear to God. I put my life on that. They became the wickedest on the planet, y'all. Straight up. I measure everybody. I measure everybody's good and bad. And I always tell you, before I make these comments, I deal with everything. And I understand the pattern is real. Let's go. During this time, the 11-year-old was forced to take on adult responsibilities. She left the 11-year-old to be the parent, including getting her youngest sister ready for school and attempting to find food. When confronted by deputies, Dowdle admitted she had been out of town to attend a funeral. Despite the explanation, court records indicate there was no digital evidence that she had ever informed her daughters when she intended to return, meaning they checked the phones. She wasn't responding with them. She wasn't communicating, checking on them. And she ain't say nothing about when she was coming home. Right here, man. So I tell y'all all again, it is nothing wrong with the system, meaning adoptions are needed, foster kids needed, because some of these kids, they need help. And sometimes they need to be in a better home. And the truth is what I'm seeing now, I actually think these kids suffer more than the crack era and any other era. I think this era, they suffer the most. And what makes it so fucking bad, people don't smoke crack like that, and everybody is not shooting a needle or dope in their arm. Why these kids suffer? Kids suffered during the dope era, 70s and all that shit. They suffered in the dope era, 60s, 70s. They suffered the crack era, 80s, 90s too. There's no more drug epidemics. It's the phone epidemic. Kids been neglected by phone. Before, mama smoking crack rock. Now mama on social media all day. That's the only thing happened, y'all. They made a digital crack rock for them. And yo, man, one day people gonna understand the shit I be saying. So you got it right here. She never intended to return home, lying her ass off. Told you all they do is lie, y'all. Now this young lady right here, she's talking sense. She's a young woman with no kids. They also tell a woman, you don't always gotta have kids. Y'all started that shit, shaming women because they ain't got kids. Girl, you ain't got no kids. I told my girl, you know what that is? That's hating. They ain't never hating. Yeah, a lot of women be hating too. Women hate when other women ain't got kids because they know you got more money. You straight. You ain't got no headaches. You good. You can travel, do what you want. I watched it all, y'all. I know the hood. Women actually hate on women without no kids. When you get some kids. Because some of them don't want to admit they be on lockdown. They be miserable. And know why they miserable? They all had kids by bum-ass niggas. I'm going to just keep it 1,000 with you. All right? What she say? Stop saying congratulations. Start asking why. She's saying, stop saying congratulations to a woman for having kids, knowing goddamn well they can't take care of them. Basically saying a lot of us keep the shit going. Y'all be always praising kids, so cute. Meanwhile, you know goddamn well that girl should not have them kids. You know goddamn well that dude's a bum. You know damn well they're going to struggle and they already had kids on top of that. But they keep having kids. Why? They got trapped in the system where they thought the more kids they had, the more money they going to get. But now, it ain't going to work no more. That's why they jacked everything up in life. The reason why they jacked everything up, they did it on purpose. They jacked up everything so you won't be able to live comfortably on welfare no more. Or you won't be able to live comfortable with having a lot of kids. So you could be a working family, but y'all got a lot of kids. They making it where you ain't gonna have a comfortable life. That's why it's like that. They're trying to stop people from just doing stuff and get you to think. See what I'm saying? That's all they doing. Have all the kids you want, just be able to take care of them. That's all they saying. The creator, who describes herself as a certified childless yapper, weaves her comment around concerns about neglected children. That's the main purpose. Children being neglected, y'all. That's what it's about. People having kids, know damn well they shouldn't be having all those kids, and knowing damn well them kids neglected. What are kids supposed to have? Food, clothing, shelter, education. Those four right there, anything outside of that is called bad parenting. I am the way I am because my parents are my fucking education. These are facts. My mother, father, that's why I am the way I am, y'all. So I became a knucklehead and an idiot, but I was taught right from wrong in that house with an education. Mom kept clothes on my back, food on the table, and always kept me sheltered. Never been through homelessness, never been through having no clothes, never been through none of that shit. Because it starts from the household. Look, right here. Weaves her comment around concerns about neglected children and overwhelmed household. See? Well, you a household, but y'all got all this, or y'all had all these kids, and y'all struggling. And they telling you your life's gonna be a struggle forever. And she's telling the young people, don't be brainwashed to get pregnant just because. And y'all need to stop saying congratulations to people having kids like it's an accomplishment. So what did I say? Having kids not an accomplishment. Y'all not looking at, they start dealing with kids like fucking puppies. Having kids and then saying, oh, they so cute, but can't take care of them, like you treat them like dogs. Knowing that kid ain't gonna do shit, they ain't going to Disney World, they ain't gonna have nothing because you really had them for you. You had them kids for your own personal reasons. Had nothing to do with you raising them a certain way. You ain't had no plans for them. You just had kids because it benefited your money. Those days over with. And I'm not judging people. I just got to say it like that, y'all. All right? So right here, arguing that social pressure often discourages honest conversations. Because what? They don't keep it real amongst themselves. They co-sign bullshit and they keep bullshit going instead of what? Just keeping it real. Having real conversations. This shit needs to stop. What? Back in the day, there was no such thing as having no goddamn kids when you can't afford it. The first one, you're going to get a pass if it's a mistake. Yeah. You had one by mistake. Ain't no such thing as you're going to keep having kids, you know, goddamn well, ain't no money in your account. No money in your account at all. You ain't got nothing. You're going to just keep having them. That's what they talking about, y'all. That is what we're talking about. We're not talking about a child by mistake. We're not talking about things didn't work out. No, we're talking about people that just kept pumping them out. Or the young ladies having them ain't got shit, man, ain't got nothing. And they just having kids. Because they thought, I get the kid, I get my crib. It was a system taught. Mothers, grandmothers taught it. Grandmothers taught it. I get the kid. I get the apartment. I get the money, the stamps. I'm independent. I'm on my own. I get out the house. Also, I know this too. A lot of parents was forcing that shit on their daughters to get their ass out the house. You gonna get you on them project crib. You gonna get on the well. What you gonna? And they was doing that shit. So she's telling you. So when I be telling you guys the new young generation, a lot of them are smarter than what you think. And also when I said things are going back to how it was. Don't be having no kids unless you're in a serious relationship and y'all got plans for the future. If y'all don't have no plans, all that freestyling, woman, you let men nut in you. Bro, you just nutting in chicks with no plan, no job, no nothing. All right. Because I never did that shit. So I tell you, I understood karma, y'all, in certain things. I already knew the life I was living, but I always knew, try to be as good as you can and do as much good as possible. Never was into just getting a woman pregnant. I ain't never want a whole bunch of damn kids I couldn't take care of. And I wasn't into, you know what I'm saying, just having sex with it. I wasn't with all that because I understood shit. You know what I'm saying, y'all? So these men was on some shit called, what I say called ruining women's life. A lot of men was doing that shit on purpose, ruining their goddamn life. On purpose, because it was this thing taught. It's called dickmatize. And men, for a minute, was on this dickmatizing shit. I'm going to dickmatize her ass, screw the hell out of her, get her pregnant. I got her now. That's what it was. Y'all don't get insecure men were the main ones doing this shit. I'm going to get her ass pregnant, and she going to be mine. That's all it was. I'm going to get her pregnant, so fame won't get her. That's all it was. They would treat y'all like animals. You know you brand somebody? That's what men was doing. I get her pregnant, that's mine. My baby mama right there. That's me. It's me. That's all it was, y'all. I swear to God. I'm telling you from a long list of brothers, friends, and that's just what it is, y'all. I talk about this shit because it's old. Woman, you were just trophies for some men, and men had a plan for you. I'm going to get her ass pregnant. And that was it. Don't give a goddamn what she got going on. I don't care about her career. I don't care how she was raised. I don't care what about that. They also knew what? Oh, she going to be something. Get her ass pregnant. Oh, she going to school for what? I'm going on that ride. Get her pregnant. It was a black hustle, y'all. But now that black hustle is backfiring. It's fucking done. So when I tell you, throughout the years, I watched so many goddamn women get ruined. That alone is depressing. When you see so many pretty women just destroyed for nothing, it was disturbing. Like, y'all have invested yourself into so many fucking zeros. I'm not saying I'm the best dude. I'm not saying that, but the cloth I come from, me and my bros, the homies I grew up with, we not into that, y'all. If you get the woman pregnant, you take care of her. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, if you with her, especially if you with her, if y'all break up and y'all and she, that's something different. We talking about you with her. Or I'm talking about those men with a baby mother cool as hell. She said, you come get him whenever you want, come to the crib, just be in his life. I'm talking about those niggas. They the ones gonna suffer. The ones with a mother say, you know what I'm saying? You purposely neglecting them. You know where they at. You know where they live. You know the whole shit, but you gonna pay, bro. Oh, you the one that what? You ain't do right by that kid, but you want to go with another chick and get her pregnant. The same losing ass nigga. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. That's what they do, y'all, because men was trying to find their manhood through a woman's pussy. If I get her pregnant, I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? She gonna listen to me. I'm gonna prove my manhood by running her ass. That's what niggas, that's all they did. A lot of niggas, that's all they did, y'all. You don't gotta tell me, ladies. I know you got, I'm not trying to shit on, I'm just keeping it real. It's a black crisis. You on welfare, it ain't you, he on welfare. Why? He the one spending all the goddamn money. He the one eating up all the shit. He the one on top of every goddamn thing. Because you know a lot of men made you a fucking bum. He made you a bum. He wanted you to bet that bet. He wanted you to dance to the beat of his drum because it benefits him. Then I'm gonna tell you another thing, ladies. I tell you, these men are bitches and punks. I always knew it. A lot of niggas got you pregnant because they just ain't want you to work. He wanted you on welfare so you could be home all day. He can watch your ass. And while you home all day, he gonna run the street while you on welfare in that fucking house. Black men help destroy their own black woman as well. That's why I give black women a pass. I know they ratchet. I know they can be fucking evil. I know they can be dumb. I know all that shit. But guess what, man? The truth is, man, ain't no woman never ruined my fucking life. Ain't no woman never ruined my life. That's why I say I had to respect all the women I was with. Ain't no woman never tried to put me on no child support. Ain't no woman never ruined my life, y'all. I'll be honest with you. No woman never left me for dead, broke, stinking, with nothing. No woman never fucking damaged my life. They just never did. Why? I treat a woman right. Meaning, when I was dealing with the woman I dealt with, y'all, I do so much right by them, they can't do me dirty in the end. You know what I'm saying? They can't. Whether we fall out, go our separate way, and I tell you, I always understood that. It's always better to break up on good terms. So even the woman I might have broke up with, or we went our separate ways, so my child mother still would establish something with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Respectable levels. Like, there's a time when my child mother in a whole nother state. But after we broke all that shit, we got it to a point where summertime, she dropped my daughter off. I got my daughter for the summer. You know what I'm saying? Because we had we've been through so much real shit together. She can't try to play me like that because she know who I am. I know she is. You know what I'm saying? So we've been through too much stuff together. You know I ain't no slouch, no slacker. So that shit means something. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, bro, you got to let that woman go her own way. And then if you was that dude, then maybe you got to let her go her own way. And then maybe she'll see you was the best dude for her. You see what I'm saying? Meaning nobody, when we say shit like, if I say something to a female, ain't nobody going to treat you like how I treat you. Well, it's up for me as a man to prove it. You know what? When it's time to be over, now you're going to see if anybody going to treat you how I treated you. And remember, don't call me on that level no more. So I'm saying, because I tell you, when me, it's over, it's over. Yeah. And I'm saying that because I always let people do them. It's a reason for this. Stop saying congratulations. I will rant against women who decide to have children. Now, unpopular view about parenting, arguing that society is too quick to celebrate pregnancies without questioning whether prospective parents are emotionally or financially prepared to raise children. What's the two things? You shouldn't be having kids unless you're emotionally stable and financially stable. You see that emotionally shit? Why you think a lot of women have postpartum depression? Part of it is what they don't understand is having kids not financially straight automatically gonna make your ass depressed. That's one thing. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. One perspective of it is you got the baby, you realize I'm about to struggle. Postpartum depression. Meaning, emotionally, you got to be prepared to have children before and after. Emotionally, it's going to tie in with that mental issue. Then if you were a knucklehead lady, he going to make you more depressed. Then you're in the middle trying to get your body back. You're trying to get back in order. He want to just keep humping. Meanwhile, nothing getting done. You stuck with the child. He want to hump around the street, make excuses, all this bullshit. It went on too long, y'all. We went through this world, even to this day, where you could be a man in a household or whatever, but you're not even a man that can set your family straight. You're not even a man in a position to say, I got this, don't worry about it. We need more space, don't worry, we're going to move, I got this. See, men forgot how to be men and what it's about. So I'll tell you, it's one thing when you're lacking, it's one thing when you're failing, it's another thing when you don't know better, but when you don't fix it and you don't strive for perfection, that's when it becomes your false reality, and that's when it becomes your fucking downfall. Because you never proved to yourself you can make shit happen. When you don't prove nothing to yourself, you can make it happen. Low key, you accept you're fucking losing a piece of shit. And that's what you are. When you're in a situation where you get a woman pregnant for the wrong reasons, and then after that, you're watching let her suffer, all because you wanted some ass and to control her life. No, y'all. Men are the leaders. Women follow what the men do. So guess what? If women losing their mind, I know the men lost it first. A lot of women are stupid because they were following stupid ass men. That's just a fact. It's a fact. The woman is the moon that reflects the sun's light. The sun is the man, the moon is the woman. When that man shines his light on her, whether good or bad, you're going to get a result. Saying well, I can get a woman, shine nothing but goodness on her, you'll see it in her. I can get a chick right now up the street. She could be not having nothing. But if she been with me, you're going to see a difference in her. Because my job is to make her grow. And you're going to see it. Plus, she represents me. So my job is to make her grow and look good. That's what a man's supposed to do. But once I know the game, whenever I see a woman stressed, depressed in real life, I know it's because of her man. I watch these men give women low self-esteem, bro. I know what it is. Women don't hold their head up no more. Because women understand when you lower your standards, your standard becomes so low, you become low. And you lose your self-dignity, you lose your swag, lady, you lose your juice, you lose what make you you. You've been bounced to the beat of another nigga drum so long, but he's a failure. He made you a failure. And now you got low self-esteem. You're in a situation you can't get out. You can't make nothing happen because he don't make nothing happen. That's what it's all about. So I tell you, we at a time now, no more playing. The past 2-3 years, I've been telling you this. I've been talking to the men and trying to tell them to get your shit right, bro. But if you, and I'm going to say this too. If you are a dad babysitter, you take care of the household, just make sure you do everything to perfection. That's all. Do your job. Make her life easier. And then your life be easier. And then the kid life be easier. And then y'all be fucking happy. But all this other shit, that's why I also know what? Most of their relationship is going to be over money. They only going to argue and beef. It's over the money, man. The money is, that's why I tell you, you got to be emotionally straight and financial. We get with guys, this is how the shit go. It's sickening, right? You get with these people. In her mind, I'm her damn father. She want me to be her father. And in my mind, I want to be my mother. See what I'm saying? This is your relationship. You confide in her like she your mother. You look at him like your man. My father was never in my life. So now you got them. Y'all lovers, mothers, and fathers of each other. Tell you how it become weird. Let's go. We keep saying congratulations. Know why? Jones said, why do you want another kid when you know you can't pay your light bill? That's why I say this don't apply to one child. This applies for people this whole thing applied to people that just keep having kids and to younger people having kids for the wrong reasons. That's what it's about. It's all it's about, y'all. It's not about nothing else. Mind you see how young she is? Showing you that everybody ain't stupid, y'all. What else you see? You see how natural she look? Then I tell you it's a new wave. She represents the new generation that's not with the bullshit, y'all. Why you ain't gonna see no baby hairs? You ain't gonna see no lashes. She still looks cute. Still looks pretty. Because what I look at, lips, her teeth. So I'm saying lip gloss. Basic shit. I told you, either you pretty or you ain't. Either you're naturally pretty, meaning you ain't need all that extra shit. She know what's up, y'all. I told you, new generation know what's up. They know. A lot of them are drawing the line, y'all. They ain't going out like that. That's why she telling you. Basically, say, I'm single. I ain't just having no kid by anybody. Youngster talking to, not no grown up, a young person saying that shit. Told you, man, it's a problem. Let's go. When I tell you, everybody ain't with the shit, but it's a black crisis. That's why she's crying out. She knows it's a crisis. It's a crisis. That's why you're going to see everybody jumping out trying to save people. Like, everybody trying to tell you, like, yo, y'all better get this shit together. Like, it's a crisis going on. But I told you, it's quiet. Shh. So the ones that know, like me, we the ones trying to come back and tell you, like, yo, people need to fit that, need to stop this shit fit. It's a crisis, meaning this shit going to end bad. Crisis means something going to happen at the end. That's what crisis means, y'all. Crisis means it's not going to get better. It's going to keep getting worse till it's all gone. What these idiots do? Mother used Fireball whiskey to make 1-year-old pass out. So, told y'all that they face a crime. Idiots. Bad parenting. They bad parenting is they just fuck like goats and had kids like goats. And lay up all day like goats. And smoke grass all day like goats. Meanwhile, it has nothing to do with them being parents. They're not parents. They're not civilized individuals. They have nothing about, they don't know shit about family. Even though you got all these courses that teach you about parenting, they won't take up no courses. All they want to do is have kids, smoke weed, fuck, and be online. And that is their judgment. That's all I'm going to keep telling you, y'all. It's all I'm going to keep telling you. All right? Who does that, y'all? Who gives 1-year-old Fireball whiskey? Guys, some of y'all can't drink that shit straight right now. Fireball whiskey, y'all, is fucking spicy. How you gonna get that to a baby on top of that? I told you, they pissed me off so bad, y'all. That's why I can't be. She make me want to beat the crap out of her, y'all. Straight up. Well, whip something. I can't tolerate them no more, y'all. I just can't, man. Damn, that's why I gave y'all the whole rundown. That's her punk ass man. Her punk ass man. I know how it go. Well, if you see a goofy nigga, a goofy ass woman right with him. That's how it works. A goofy woman, a goofy ass nigga right there. Tell you that's how it works. Which means what? He wasn't on, because remember, in couples is couples. So if my baby mother lacking, I'm gonna be on point. If I'm lacking, my baby mother gonna be on point. That's how it's supposed to be. How both of us stupid. How both of us dumb. That's them. Yeah, you got it? That's them, y'all. So I want you to get, y'all, they are not to be respected. And the main thing why they fucked up, I'm telling y'all, I watched it. They rebelled on the older generation. They rebelled. I'm not playing with you. In their fucking mind, if you wasn't hip online, you were considered a dummy. Their whole mind was, if you can't prove to them you got money stacks, if you can't prove to them you financially straight, they were trained not to listen to you. I'm telling y'all, that online celebrity shit, that worship, was the shit on all of us. That online shit was to influence a young generation to never look up to us again. When I throw all the hints at y'all, I said a younger generation look at that Diddy shit, all that worse than us. They actually despise our generation, y'all. Like I say, I know the truth. I know what it's about. They really despised our generation for many reasons. Therefore, if you pay attention, they actually distance themselves from us. And they believed in everything online, and they believed that online made them smarter than the average adult. They believe that. Because they believe if you ain't on Instagram, you dumb anyway. You ain't on Instagram and you ain't got no money, no car, you a dumb anyway. I ain't listening to you. I listen to all these influencers that show me shit. We fucking poor. You trying to tell me shit. We in the hood. I'm watching people with more than us. They in mansion, even though they don't know it's all fake. I told you it was all part of that. Online was to teach them a fake reality. So then they won't comprehend nothing in their real life. Everything in real life gonna be a joke, less than human, ain't about shit. I ain't about shit. And that's how they did it. But I'm telling you now, that's why they gonna pay. They the generation gonna pay the most. Gen Z gonna burn the most, y'all. Let me correct that. Half of Gen Z gonna burn, a lot of millennials gonna burn, and a lot of goddamn Generation X done failed already. They gonna really suffer. Generation X already have been taken out for the most part. They have. They're the main ones in jail and dead right now. They are. Generation X died and went to jail more than any other fucking generation. The only generation that's going to top it is Generation Z, the one we in now. But these are facts. I was born and raised in a deaf culture, y'all. I come from deaf culture, period. Meaning, my whole life was a time where I was never guaranteed to make it home or live. I was raised in deaf culture, y'all, straight up. Straight up. I tell y'all, I had to learn how to be a good person. Don't mean I was evil. I was never evil. I was never an abuser. But I might be the type don't give a damn about your feelings, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I might just be all about me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Strong survive. I have my own way of thinking, y'all. But my whole thinking, I also didn't have a lot of mercy for people. I didn't have a lot of mercy. I didn't have a lot of compassion. And I didn't have a lot of patience. That's what I would say. And I was arrogant. Yes. Because my whole thing was, if you ain't talking about what I'm talking about, if you ain't on the shit I'm on, oh well. But that's not good, y'all. What is she talking about? What I'm also showing y'all, I want y'all to get, guys. I'm showing y'all all the educated black people that know what's up. The real black people are the educated black people, y'all. Those are the real black Americans. I just say the word black lightly. I say black because it is a word we use in America to classify people. But the real truth is the smart blacks are the ones speaking out. They know what's up, y'all. And they're trying to warn you. They're trying to tell you. You cannot out-hustle an algorithm. What is she telling them? You're not going to out-hustle AI. All I'm ever going to do on this channel is back up what I say by giving y'all all the current information in real time. You can't out-hustle an algorithm. She's talking about jobs, everything. Content. So I'll tell you about the content. Everybody know it. Everybody really know about AI. They did their homework. They know what's up. AI is going to take over y'all regardless. It's going to take everything will be taken over. It's all a matter of time. She telling you, you can't out-hustle it. How many times I say family? You can't cheat it. You can't buy it. Let's rewind it. When I said it's the reason why Elon brought X to buy the opinion, to control reality. You're not going to out-hustle Grok. You're not. That's why I told you it's set. I gave y'all the clues. I know what's really real news because fake news will be overpowered. When I told you I can see the news where I can see, you can literally see, oh man, it's just black news. And then you're going to see all the other news around the world. Or when it's a black topic, you're going to see, man, that shit ain't no real news. Ain't nobody even cover that shit. AI, it shows it all, y'all. I tell you, it shows it all. I'm telling you, AI was to stop people. Let's go. It was not just that. It was for analytics, a lot of shit. The IRS use AI now. Everybody using AI. You attack all that shit. You cannot out-hustle an algorithm. AI influencers warns black women about an algorithm lockout in the job market. Everybody's warning out. Tell you it's a crisis, y'all. It's a crisis. Everybody, people like me and others trying to run and tell y'all what's up when nobody else is. And that's why I kept throwing these things at you. You don't want to be late this time, y'all. This late means goodbye. You heard about missing the flight, right? All right. An AI educator and content creator, Edwina, the voice of AI, suggests black women are facing what she describes as an algorithm lockout from the workforce and growing fears over artificial intelligence replacing white-collar jobs. You know what she talking about, black woman? She talking about them jobs behind the desk, which was always the most prominent jobs of black women that was easy to get. Secretary, y'all. Secretary, data entry. Those were two jobs mastered by black women that you didn't need a lot of education to get, y'all. It was a time a college, a high school diploma get you working in the call center, Progressive, Geico. That's what she's talking about. All the customer service jobs were mainly by black women, y'all. Black women were the masters of that field. Communications, customer service, data entry. Those are the jobs she's telling you going to be gone. A lot of jobs that women do going to be gone. And that's why We in a world now, it will be based on education and trade and experience. The creator argued that the layoffs and hiring shutdowns affecting industries such as public administrations, filing, clerk, all that shit, y'all, means something. Because for real, when you're on the projects, when you're on welfare, you're supposed to apply for all administrative jobs. While you're on welfare, you're supposed to get your shit together and apply for all the city jobs, because people on welfare get the city jobs first. That's why I tell you, no excuse. When you go to your social worker, you tell them, I want a city job. And you do what you got to do, they're going to make sure they're going to help you get a city job. Yo, you know, this right here, hiring. Oh, I see something right here. They want to help you. That's what it was all about. But you want to what? I'm going to quit that social work. Give me another one. They know for years you finessing the script. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. No, the plan was you get on welfare. And then when it's time to get off, you use that shit to your advantage. And that was how our elders in the back in the day understood that. Get on welfare, you lock in with them city jobs after that. You're only on welfare. You're only on welfare. They knew that. I'm only on welfare. I got these kids. I got to take care of them. But I ain't trying to be on welfare forever. I gotta do what I gotta do, get some real money. And they knew that. So now they go to school, whatever they got to do, trade, whatever it is. But they network through the social worker, and the social worker gonna plug them in with the city jobs. You already down with the city. You get the welfare. Their job is to make sure you get on your fucking feet. So they ain't got to give you no money no more. But you started being on some shit where I want my rent to go up. It's a trap, y'all. When you're used to being poor, you actually you make yourself poor. I don't want my rent to go up. You know what that means? I want to be used to paying no real rent, getting no money for real. Shit, as long as I don't got to pay rent, I don't got to get no real money. That's what it all comes down to, y'all. That was the whole trick of the whole shit. It trained every woman on welfare to not get real money. And then they gonna what? Have to depend on the man. That's why it was important to get as many women on welfare as possible, because they always knew what they always knew. Women make the most money, and they make the biggest salaries. So the more they on welfare, we don't got to worry about them big-ass salaries, because the word already was, which is a fact, women get paid more than men. Women make more money than men. Always been that. But since it was a fad of getting everybody on welfare with them kids, we don't got to worry about them salaries no more. So, guys, when I kept telling you 1,000 times, the plan was to put everybody in the house, then the whole world gonna pass you by. It's right here. Woman, she's talking to woman. Let you know. She's basically saying woman. The job market is passing us. Life is passing us by. And it happened already. Here you got it. So I told them they don't understand what the love was. The love was people be trying to tell you real shit, and you want to always fight and deny the real shit. And the real shit is the love. Because people don't got to say nothing to your ass. Just watch you. Watch you perish. The creator argued, I could be on some shit, man. I'm just trying to make all the money I can off them before they going anyway. Fuck that. I'm about to start lying too. I'm about to start finessing. I'm about to just try to make all the money I can off them, but they're going to be broke and finished anyway. So I'm saying? That's how some people going to deal with it. The creator argued, why you think these rappers having all these concerts moving around now? They know this is the last bag circulating. A lot of them know that shit. The creator argued that the layoffs and hiring slowdowns affected industries. Black women spent decades fighting for access to those professional spaces because, remember, they don't know their history. Now, my mother lived through that shit because I learned a lot. She told me a lot of shit. My mother was on welfare, y'all. My mother was on welfare, 16 with 2 kids in the projects. But she said she always wanted to be a secretary and moved to California. But my mother also was a nerd and smart. My mother was a secretary. And she was working in the Manhattan offices for them rich companies, secretary. That's how she made it out the hood. So I'm saying, so by the time I was born, my mom was already out the hood. But she was dealing with my father. My father was the money. So I'm saying, but my mother always had a career, secretary. She retired as that. But my mom started as a single parent. Meaning, but this is why I was telling y'all, I learned the real life of our story, y'all. In the goddamn 60s, my mother was pregnant with 2 boys at 16 in the goddamn projects, and her goddamn baby father was in goddamn Rikers Island. Pink House Projects. That's my mother's story before I was born. So that's not, I'll tell you, I've been learning, no, this shit been going on. Because one day I checked my own mother. My mother was saying one day a while ago, she was saying, don't make no sense these girls having all these kids young. And I said, Ma, you had your kids young. You know what I'm saying? But I get what she was saying. But the truth is, my mother had kids at 16. And no, she had her first at 16. I think, no, by 19, my mother had 2 kids. She had 2. And my grandmother helped her raise them. Now, you got to also remember, this is when them kids brought shame on the family in them 60s, period. Because I told y'all guys, our people was being rebellious in the 60s, fucking their ass off and getting high. That's what happened. And they were getting pregnant, embarrassing their family. Some families put their ass out. Some families will help them. But that's what, I tell you, this rebellious spirit come from them 60s, guys. I know where the whole shit come from. How I know from the 60s. I'll tell you the pattern y'all on to this day. My mother got pregnant, living in the projects, young. My mother she into all that black power shit. My mother loved Motown, loved her goddamn music. And to this day, she talks shit about politics. All that shit come from the 60s. So I tell you, I was able to learn this shit through my life. But then I was able to see y'all still doing the same shit my mama did, y'all. And that's why I was like, no, this is a system. It's a cycle that repeats itself. And the only way to get out of it, you got to stop following that shit. And that's all it is, y'all. So when I say y'all living like the 60s, I'm not playing with you. That's all it is. And that's why they telling you now, what's going on now is, all they are saying is, the lifestyle y'all been living, established from the 60s, is over. America is not feeding off the poor no more. America don't need the poor. We don't need minimum wage workers no more. Got it? It's a catch. Minimum wage going up. So the thing was this. It was important to keep a lot of y'all out the work field. That's the less these companies got to pay. My point is, even though y'all thought y'all was getting over, y'all did exactly what we wanted you to do. Not be successful. And that's why she telling you guys, black woman fought for rights. And that's why I say back with my mother and them, y'all forget the 60s and all that was the time. Woman's supposed to be in the kitchen and shut the hell up. You ain't getting no job. But now they telling you, which I always tell you, the 80s is the current real history of now. In the 80s, that's when women started getting the big corporation jobs. It started late 70s, 80s. Because I was told, I learned it's the truth, the revolutionary was stopped. You know how they stopped the revolution back in the day, that black power shit? They started giving out jobs. That's where the affirmative action all that from. Get them some jobs. Get them jobs. Get them jobs. And this is when that shit with the black man started. They started giving women extra privileges in the working field. I couldn't work in no Manhattan office, but they would let women work in there. This is where the whole thing started. Let them work, see that, show that ass. And they're going to work, just be the secretary. But my point is, y'all, women had to earn a right to work. But in this era, women don't want to work. I told you, everything they did now, they spited their ancestors. They spited them, y'all. They fucking disrespected them. Which I don't get is the world saw it. So when we talk about all these older people that's older than us, the ones that live to see everything happen for y'all, we live to see them get all their rights. When a person is white and they was a young man back in the day, and I remember when they were fighting for their rights. I saw them get all their rights. We saw them do this. We saw them make it. We saw them be respected. We saw them marching. I saw my own eyes. They were marching. I saw that shit. They were doing it. They'll say now they're able to see. Damn, they're not like that no more. Damn, I'm white. I remember when they was taking all the jobs. See, I'm telling you, y'all didn't know the whole history of America. That's why you didn't get it. And it was made where you're going to just keep thinking about you, but you ain't remembering your ancestors that laid it down before your stupid ass. The shit they went through. The woman went through shit. They had to earn the right to do what they do. Independent woman come out of that. But people forget it was a time where women ain't had no fucking rights. But once they got all the rights, I'll tell you what this whole thing is about for black people. Y'all cried about all the rights. You got all the rights you wanted. You got all your extra privileges. And this is what you did with it after 60 years. Nothing. That's what it's all about, y'all. So do your math or homework as a business. If we invested, if we the gov, if we can go check our records right now, how much money did we actually pump into their neighborhoods? How much systems did we start? How many programs? Let's count up all the money we swung their way in the past 50 to 60 years. They look at those billions and say, this got to stop. We can't do that this next 50, 60. We're not doing it. And that's how I see it. So I tell you, I make my own sense out of shit. How I translate it to you. Because it's common sense. When I understand America's a business, and I understand the president is the CEO of a company, and every CEO got to answer to somebody that runs the building. America's a corporation. You know what that means? Unseen entities. But the CEO got to run the shit. So they understood, yo, America's blowing a lot of money. That money going to them now just goes to crime and bullshit, dumb shit. Then they come back crying, and somehow they keep the poor shit going, meaning they're ruining neighborhoods. We can't rebuild. Crime's out of control. We can't build nowhere in no city. We can't make no city luxury. We can't put nothing extravagant, exclusive. So we literally got to dumb America down on some bum shit to just make it is what it is. And then you're going to see, past decade, America wasn't investing no money. It didn't start to the infrastructure with Money Joe. I'm saying Money Bad Joe. He started the campaign to rebuild America. But I tell you, they all play different parts. The blue had their part. Now the red gonna do their part. That's how it go. They all do their parts. See, y'all looking at all the laws and rules getting enforced now, but you ain't looking at what was laid down before that. Before that, they built all the new housing. Before that, Joe and them started these new programs that I told y'all, oh, you want help, better join the program. They created a whole new welfare system right underneath your face. And I would tell you all, if you don't get with these programs, you're going to suffer. I told you all, man. Because they started letting the organizations control the system and how it's distributed, which means they started to control the welfare system. And then you're going to see they start treating y'all like kids. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do this. You got to do that. But they also was trying to encourage people to get off the shit. That's how this country works. They will encourage you, meaning make it hard on you. So you say, fuck this shit, I ain't do. And that's how I am. Sometimes they frustrate you to get you off it. So now you got it. She's telling woman, this is a woman, stop saying congrats, stop being proud of nothing. A kid's an accomplishment. And while you having kids, understand it ain't no jobs gonna be like that unless you're in certain fields. So the smartest thing you're supposed to do, if you're on welfare, man, you got the chance to go to school for 4 years. You got a chance to get a degree. I don't give a damn what it is. Easiest degree to get for a woman is hospitality. Hospitality management. Hotels. You can go from working in hotels and know how to run them shit. Hotels. Food. Tell you the reason why, woman, they made you be this independent dress up, make up dumb bitch. We ain't gonna know how to cook, do nothing. So now you can't even get no jobs as a cook. Ladies supposed to easily get a job as a cook, a chef. Woman's supposed to be getting jobs as chefs, 50,000 plus, way more than that salary as chefs. It's a lot of shit they could do, but remember, they taught to be hard. They taught to do what men do. They taught to do every goddamn thing else, but just be a woman. So all the womanly jobs, either they don't want or they ain't qualified for, or they can't do it, or they don't got enough time. Because my point is, it's nothing for a woman to get a degree anywhere in that food department, anywhere in that department. See what I'm saying? The easiest thing for a woman to get. The number one thing that's on your side when you're on welfare is time. But they don't understand time is money. So I can be on welfare and actually situate my life where I can get rich after that. Meaning I can get a degree while I'm on fucking welfare. Coming up. So let's go. That's why they taking all this shit away, y'all. Same way before you was able to go to jail and go to college, because you don't get prison and welfare is the same people, same system. They know the people on welfare eventually end up in prison. A lot of people in prison, when they go home, they going back to the projects. It's a system, y'all, that cities run off. You cannot out-hustle the algorithm. During the video, she told you, man, her remarks come amid broader national conversations. Broader national conversation, meaning everybody's talking about it. Around artificial intelligence, automation, and the future of work, particularly as companies rapidly integrate AI systems into hiring, administration, and customer service operations. The main job that woman did, that front desk. AI knocks out all those salaries, y'all. When you don't got to hire 5 women, you just save the company $250,000. That's easy. You save them $250,000 in salary. You save them even more than that in insurance. You save them even more than that in benefits. This is why they don't give a damn about humans. You cost too much. The company ain't making profits like that with all this shit. So that's what it's about right here. Administration. That's everything. That's office work. Everything in office work. Customer service. Ladies, you talk all day. That was y'all field, talking on that damn phone. That was y'all field. That's one of the things y'all do in y'all sleep, talking. But y'all didn't understand that. Ladies, you're supposed to be getting damn near 6 figures for just talking. May I help you, please? Hold on, I got you. You're doing it right now. That's why the joke is y'all social workers. You do the same thing social workers do. Be in people's business all day and type. But your brain didn't comprehend that. Everything you do on Instagram and everywhere else, that's data entry. When you play on your phone in Google, lady, you're doing data entry work. That's all data entry is. That's all it is. Putting shit in and looking shit up. Filing. That's all you're doing. It's all it is, y'all, but they didn't want you to know that. Meaning, you know how many women could have been in the field of administration? All right, y'all, told you. They wanted you to be some fake-ass bad bitch going nowhere. A bad bitch is a woman on salary, guys. You know what I'm saying? A bad bitch is a woman going to the bank. A bad bitch is a woman that can buy whatever she want, do whatever she want, go wherever she want. That's a bad bitch. The CEO of Anthropic just said AI will replace half of all white-collar jobs in 5 years. And that's another prank. It's going to be less than 5 years. 5 years is to put you to sleep. It's going to be less than that. It's already taking over right now. Every day, AI takes over more. New York City rent freeze could be a disaster. What's going on, y'all? They about to make it where it's no more fixed rent. Now, you know before how it was this thing where it was for our elders. When you live somewhere a certain amount of time, it's called what? Fixed rent. The rent will never go up. It'll stay at a certain level. They dead in that shit in New York. That's the plan. Everybody that been in New York and on fixed rent, they getting them out of there. Why? Landlords want to go up on that rent now. Excuse me, ma'am. You've been living here 20 years. We know your rent low, but we ready to make more money now. That's where we at. And they said what? They said it's going to be millions more homeless when it's all said and done. Told you not playing no more. So that's your clue. We gave you low housing. You had low housing for 20 years. We gave y'all everything you wanted. I've never had low housing in my life. Once you had low housing, y'all, it's no more excuse to complain being poor. People didn't get it because your money was in your crib. The shit you didn't have to pay was supposed to make you save more, fix your life more. They say no more gravy trains, y'all. We made y'all think it was going to be free forever, and then one day y'all going to fall on your face. You're going to blame the city. You're going to do all this blaming shit, but you ain't looking at how you was in New York paying the cheapest rent out of everybody for 20 years straight. You were paying the cheapest rent in your city out of everybody for 10 years straight. Wow, straight. Never had to worry about a light bill. Other people stressing light bills, you never got your shit cut off. Other people stressing, you ain't had to stress that. People fix your shit for free. You ain't had to worry about that. But now you're crying and complaining because they said enough. They said that's it. We're not having no such thing as low housing in the area where we make money at in business. Because they know how they know now, y'all. I swear to God, they got smart. Look at a New York neighborhood or any city, Chicago, Detroit. We trying to build some shit right down the street from y'all. But we got this low income shit down the block. The low income brings the crime. Why? It's not you, lady. You let your fucking criminal friends come to your house, and your man is a fucking criminal. And your man, he brings criminal niggas to your house too. We know y'all use houses for warehouses. We know y'all use houses, turn them into fucking clubs. We know houses y'all use for meeting groups. Y'all use a house for everything except for just cook, clean, go to sleep, and work. So therefore, how the hell we gonna build some shit when we know for a fact it's low income shit around? That's why I say the plan is to get all that low income shit from away, and they're gonna put it to designated areas. Yes. Told y'all it's gonna be in these cities first. Just like I was telling you, life gonna be so hard for people, they're gonna put themselves in jail. Here's the proof. We also know because they're zesty. So Remember we laughing at the clip last week of the 2 men in jail hugged up, one got a wig on in prison, and it says something about this why your baby daddy keep going back and forth to jail. Bingo, because I told you that's the reality. A lot of these men are fucking zesty, y'all. A lot of the men supposed to be straight are zesty. You look at all the GAY people and understand the GAY people have flipped a lot of men out, and a lot of men liked it. You see, you're looking at all the people that were naturally, meaning the ones that been GAY their whole life, living as how they live, they inspired these men because you didn't get. Somebody got a hump on these gay people. Meaning somebody, it's this thing called down low. Somebody sneaking around with them, which I don't get. They've been sneaking around with this shit so long and being hip-hop guys, they exposed now. They also got used to life without coochie. A lot of them know goddamn well they're going to be homeless. When you're a goddamn man, 38, you know goddamn well you're homeless. There's nowhere else for you to go but jail. Because they're not going to have nowhere to stay at. No meal, no nothing. 38 years old, was called society, broke his bitch ass. Know what he did, y'all? He ran and robbed a store on purpose. This is what he did. He robbed a Domino's pizza with no clip in the gun. Just so he can get 7 years on purpose, y'all. He got 7 years. So you got it now? I told y'all. What you looking at is a man that's psycho. He broke it. Society broke his ass, y'all. He's mentally unstable. Now you see what that woman said, go to a therapist? He is so fucking stupid, y'all. Sorry. He want to go back to jail. I told you they bitches, y'all. And Fruity. He want to go back to be around a bunch of penises. Here you got it, y'all. Man, he's so sorry he couldn't get no kind of woman. Here you got it. He robbed a Domino's pizza with no clip in the gun on purpose. He put the gun in the dumpster, told the police where it was at. He wanted to get caught. He wanted to go to jail. He said he only did it because I want to be locked up. I don't want to be out there. Who says that, y'all? Told you. Insanity. Black crisis. Porter allegedly stole $300 in a robbery, then tossed the gun in the trash can. Police found it without a clip magazine, which the convict admitted to dumping behind protein bars at a local convenience store. So he admitted. He set his own self up like an ass. He wanted to go to jail, y'all. It's called Black Man Down. I told you, black men are folding, y'all. They're either idiots now or fruity. Straight up. Majority of them are, y'all. I'm going to say about damn near 65%. Either they dumb, broke, fruity as hell, and idiots. Told you that rap shit too long, y'all. Too long. Loving everything else except for money and your fucking girl. That's them, y'all. You got your proof. They never loved money. Man, they wasn't going to work for it. They didn't love money enough to the point where they understood, I love money so much, man, I ain't never going to be broke. They didn't never think like that. And they never thought about getting legit money. They always want to be dirty, not knowing in the end, y'all always going to be fucking dirty. You never got clean money. Y'all, they don't know how it is to have a family get clean money. They don't know how it is to do the right thing. Their reality is fucking prison, y'all. His reality is jail to the point where he wanted to go to jail. It became backwards. Outside for him was prison, and in jail was home. That's why I kept telling bros, stop talking about jail shit. Stop loving jail. It's your curse. It's not an accomplishment, y'all. We taught that. We taught that jail is clout. It means penis, y'all. It means penis and failure. Ain't nothing to be proud of, y'all. Penal system. Black voters are prepared to make noise. I want you to just look at that black woman with that bullhorn. Every time y'all do something, it's a goddamn show. You got to have on T-shirts. Every time y'all do something, it's a performance and entertainment. Y'all don't know that's how y'all get pranked. Yeah, they going to march. They're going to put on a performance like they protesting, but ain't shit going to get done. They're going to play dress up, put on shit, and that's about it. The masters dress up. The masters are just talking. Give them some clothes to put on and a fucking bullhorn. And tomorrow they'll shut up again and go back to what the fuck they do online. They'll go back to party, whatever the fuck. They'll go back to it. Just let them have their day, please. Let them have downtown, please. Make them feel good. Go ahead. That's why I'm doing this black crisis. Because I don't want none of y'all to get caught up in none of these ignorant Negro shit. Black voters are prepared to make noise. You know what make noise mean? Talk about your nothing. It's all coded in these episodes. It's all, I told y'all, family, the world is in on this whole shit. The world has always bounced to a different beat of a drum and watch them go down their own lane. It's always been like that. That's why I show you they use the slick words in the titles to diss. Black voters are prepared to make noise, which means they ain't talking about shit anyway. Talking loud, but they ain't saying nothing. Just gonna make noise. It's right here. Also, they gonna make noise, but nobody listening because it's just noise. See that? I told you, man, they always get trolled, y'all. And they always gonna be, see that, and they know what else they promoted as? They troublemakers. They're prepared to make noise. Meanwhile, somehow when they by themselves, they don't get nothing done. Somehow the truth is they down with all these organizations, and that's how they get their money. But they don't get. They finna cut all organizations too. They gonna cut all those black organizations, and they all gonna fall on their face. It's all coming, y'all. It's all coming along. Watch how they gonna show their ass after the World Cup. Let me give y'all hints on this channel. When that World Cup is finished, they gonna be done made so much money from this tourism this summer. I told y'all watch what happened next September. America's about to make some of the biggest money ever made in their life off tourism. And this money is going to set us forward. That's nobody's no mercy for y'all, which y'all don't get neither. Some people. You in the beautifulest country, I guess, with the most opportunities than everybody else. But somehow y'all always poor. You're always talking this poor shit. But what you're not getting is people coming here from poor countries to watch the World Cup. And when they come from their country, do you know how much money they're going to be paying for them tickets and them seats and them fucking hotels? Do y'all know? People going to be coming overseas spending 15 grand, 20 grand on a visit. America knows this. The biggest trick on black people was they didn't comprehend the rest of the world had already caught up. So what you don't get, America already knows. Foreign people from all countries, Africa, Brazil, everywhere, coming here financially straight and stable. They already talking about the tickets going up. They're going to be paying 10 grand for tickets, 1,500 for tickets, 3 grand for tickets. More than one event. You're not getting. They're going to be coming here balling more than Americans. So how would you hear your whole life? You're still talking this poor, struggling shit. Why? Everybody else around the world does not indulge in the shit you do. They don't care about the shit you care about. You spend all your money on house furniture. Some people rather go spend that shit on a nice trip to America and they understand certain experiences in this world, you don't put a price on it. So some people understand that if I got to spend 10 grand and had the best time of my life, that's what I'm going to do. You can't do that because money controls you. That's why for some reason your whole life, you always get money, but somehow you're never happy. You always get material shit, but somehow you're never happy and nothing changes. Because you guys understand the art of being happy like you don't understand what money is. You think money makes you happy, but I tell you that's a lie. It doesn't. It just doesn't. Let's go. Y'all didn't get it, did you? From the highest to the lowest. This is how many black people got fired, y'all. When you heard about people getting fired, 5,000 people, they part of them. These were all the ones off the rip got cleaned out of house. All of these blacks you're looking at, so-called held positions in D.C., and they all got fired. I told y'all this shit is from the top to the bottom, y'all. It's because of them, too. They was running their mouth. The plan was, y'all, they all got set up, y'all. That shit with Barry fucked them all up. That shit with Barry made everybody super arrogant, and they kept being 47's enemy. And I keep telling y'all all, they just went too far. Blacks start looking at it like we taking over the country. Meanwhile, you got to know all the shit, all that sex trafficking, all those kids missing, all this weird shit happening. They in the office the whole time. Then kind of find out corrupt officials corrupt sheriffs, corrupt this, law enforcement, all this corruption, but y'all not looking at all the corruption with most of the blacks that have been in these positions for over a decade. Meanwhile, y'all not looking at all this fucked up shit in the world happening, but they in positions. Nobody's changing, no hood changing. No, I tell you, they're gonna get the hell out of here. Because they're gonna get blamed too. Why? Y'all didn't make y'all neighborhoods better. Y'all black people, right? But y'all know y'all the ones who going for self. Nobody taught nobody did. No. Y'all blacks was living this shit called eating off the hog. I'm gonna do me. Hey, I'm gonna do me, but y'all don't understand if y'all don't get the shit together as a whole, y'all all gonna be judged the same. Meaning nobody's gonna duck it. You the elder, you think you have a better life, elder, even though you ain't teach these youngsters nothing. So you think elder because you older, your life gonna be better. Nope. He got it, man. All of them got fired, y'all, off the rip. Because I'm gonna tell you what this article about. People try to make it like it's a black thing, y'all. So I'm gonna tell these blacks this. They don't know a lot of white people been gassing their ass up. White, fruity people are the main ones that use blacks to fight their fights. Tell you that's what the whole rainbow shit was about. The real rainbow community understood if you get blacks down with this rainbow shit, we'll get shit done faster. Because now we'll make them fight for us, and they're gonna be the face of marching, protesting. But the whites gonna get all the money. And they also use the blacks to be the number 147 hater. All the rainbow communities that are blue, they don't like him, and they use the blacks to be the face that don't like him. So that's why I was telling you. And these rainbow organizations were giving blacks money, giving them a lot of money, taking care of them. They were in the trap. But they're gonna be proud of shit so long, in the end, they're gonna be destroyed. So I'm showing you this online because people are gaslighting you black people to be mad and angry. But I'm the one that showed you what this is all about. Now, right here, somebody's talking. To my brothers and sisters of color, I'm so sorry to us. We are all complicit in the end of land of the free and home of the brave. When they say shit like ain't no more such thing as a birthright. This is trying to gaslight what's happening to black people. But what this not telling you is what black people did. That's why I gave you this in the episode. I'm going to tell y'all all again because I saw it with my own eyes. Well, I'm watching y'all people get brainwashed. I'm watching y'all become hateful. And I'm going to tell y'all, when I saw 47 said that shit, it struck my nerve a certain way. Because when I saw 47 Trump, it's basically like he was crying out. Like, I don't know, like why they don't like me type shit. He said African Americans. You listen to everybody else. You follow and believe in everybody else. What else you got to lose? He was saying, what else do y'all have to lose? Meaning, y'all believing in me, what's going to kill y'all when y'all don't believe in every other fucking fraud? I heard the man say out his own mouth. And then he had it was a black gathering he had at the White House. All black people in the room. All black what? Republicans. I saw this shit last term he was in. He's addressing black people to their face, and he said it. He said, y'all believe in everybody else? But basically was saying, why y'all going against me like that? I saw him crying out like on some real shit, because I know the truth. All them blacks were staying at Trump Plaza. All them blacks fucking love Trump. All them black, when you say the word Atlantic City, ain't no nigga ain't been to Atlantic City, ain't never been to no damn Trump casino in the past 40 years. But they all turned on him, like I told you. They turned on him for Barry. Blacks were feeling themselves because of a black president, and it made them shit on anybody else that was a threat to presidency. And that was their fucking mistake. So I knew what I'll tell y'all, I swear to God, when I saw the way that man was crying out, I knew. And then once I realized, he realized that they shitting on me, they don't fuck with me like that. And then everybody laughed them getting locked up. I've been to what this shit was about. Because I saw the whole shit. I saw him cry out to black people. What else I saw? I saw on black media, never replayed it, never talked about it. You would never see that shit go viral. But Trump said out of his own mouth. Basically, African-American black people. What do you have to lose? Like, y'all fuck with me, I'm gonna make sure y'all straight. Then after that speech is when he dropped the stimulus check before he left office. So I been knew it was up. I been knew it was up. He was basically telling y'all fuck with me, y'all gonna be straight. I will make sure y'all get money. I'll make sure y'all good. But since everybody hated and hated and hated, he said, all right, fuck y'all then. Y'all do y'all. And what I say this election, I say, you know what's gonna happen? You just not gonna get addressed. It ain't gonna be no black agenda. I understood because I read it all, because I saw him humbling himself to black people, and then I saw black people shitting on him more after that. And I knew it was gonna happen. Because that's why I kept throwing at y'all, that fucking rebellious spirit. When he already know, shit, if I'm president, they all gonna be against me anyway. They don't fuck with me. Even though they fuck with this guy, that guy, I can't say nothing. The one they love shysted them out the most. I ain't gonna say nothing though. I know the people that shysted them out. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna say, look, right, what y'all got to lose with me? Why y'all hate me so much? Basically said, I'm the one that make money. I'm the one that can do shit for you. I'm the fucking builder. I can put businesses in there. I can do a lot of shit. But since y'all hate me, all right, oh well, that's what happened, y'all. It's like real life shit from New York. So if somebody shit on you, what you gonna say? That's what's happening, y'all. Swear to God. And with them is, it ain't just scamming, y'all. We don't know the shit they were saying. We don't know what they were saying. Because anybody against him, they had to go. They became enemy of the state, y'all. You're going to see DC got a nice, all that shit, y'all. No. So that's why I kept telling everybody, you're going too far. You just need to shut up. And now y'all can see for 2024, the more they kept talking, it just kept getting worse for them and worse for them. Just getting cut. So now let's rewind it. When I said from the rich to the poor, you see these rich people got dropped on their face? Fam, they probably never get a government job again. We mean, we don't know if all of them got backed up in their bills. We don't know what happened to them. Rich to the poor. Getting dealt with the same way. And it's all because of a behavior. So they try to make they not just doing, he ain't just firing up for no reason. He understood. Compromise. How the hell I'm gonna run this? How the hell I'm gonna run this company when I know for a fact it's 20 workers there don't even like my ass? They've been there before me, but they not feeling the fact I'm gonna be the new supervisor. Because they like the old supervisor. So I already know they're gonna give me a hard time for everything I'm trying to do. Might well fire their ass. Bingo. Because they kept talking and talking and talking and talking. So they became national threats. Told you guys, y'all abused the law, all that shit. That's why I know what's happening. They ain't never gonna be in them seats again. Not them. But I told you people like Clarence Thomas is, no. That's why I'm telling you. Let me show you the game they play, y'all. I'm telling you, they love to gaslight black people online. They love to gaslight black people. They love to do it. Right here. To my brothers and sisters of color, this is just for y'all. I'm so sorry, the U.S. We are all complicit in the end of the land of the free and home of the brave. Let's stop right there. What they not telling you, fool, this applies to black Dems. Because all the black Republicans are still okay. How I know that? Simple. The black people not famous. When King Charles was at the White House with the president, I saw many black people in the room, period. I ain't know their name, but I saw a lot of blacks in the room clapping. They were right there. Meaning, it's blacks, there's still blacks around in DC, but they respect it on a certain level. It was right there with the king. Meaning they got clout. See what I'm saying? So I tell y'all, you're going to keep believing this fake shit online because online is for y'all. Online was just to put blacks to sleep. Period. They already believe anything. We going to create a world where they going to believe anything and follow that shit right here. Which means their reality will be blurry and altered forever. Because what? They're going to keep going to this black shit. They always try to look at failures, but they're going to do their homework to see how many blacks are actually winning because they don't watch shit. So when I told y'all Clarence Thomas is still in D.C. Clarence Thomas was in D.C. since I've been in high school. He's still there. He's black. Many black people right there, y'all. It's just that they're not famous. You don't know them, but they're right there. Yeah, I told you they don't apply to all black people. They just going to gaslight y'all. They're going to gaslight them other ones. They love to gaslight the poor because they already told you guys. They said the welfare system was to keep the poor in line for votes. They say back in those days, they understood the system. The welfare system will always turn out the polls. So the way you lock in votes, you look out for the poor. And when it's time to vote, all the poor going to hit the polls and vote blue. That's how it's always meant to be, y'all. That is the system they created. That's why to this day it's deep in your heart. Especially if you grew up poor. If you grew up in projects and you love politics, that's not a mistake. If you're poor as hell, they scare you, but they're going to cut your stamps. They're going to cut your money. You get scared. It's on purpose. Because that's how they had your generation by the balls. We're going to take care of you when it's time to vote. You vote. But guess what? You don't have no fucking power, and you're never going to leave unless you leave the system. That's all it was. So now I told you that we're in a world now, you don't need your votes. We don't need the black community votes. We already proved they don't work no more. And plus, y'all generation will be the stupidest ones, not even in the politics, period. Y'all ain't got no fucking degrees. But I told you, y'all reality was talking online. It's not like your generation is the most going to college to be into politics, economics. No, y'all just fucking talk. So they say, since they talk, let's give them something to talk about. And that's what happened, y'all. What else they do to the government? They stick up their ass. Selling government food stamps. Government giving them stuff. They on government apps selling shit. That's why I'll tell you why I was like this. The gov, we giving them shit, they're selling it. Cut it off. Cut the shit. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. That's all it is, y'all. Meaning they live in the projects, they live in the hood and still can't come up. They get everything free, still can't come up. And they keep talking shit with government, need to do this and do that, do this and do this, do that, do that. Most of their ass raised on the goddamn government, still talking about the government. Raised on that shit their whole life. Which means they didn't respect the ones that was feeding their ass. So let's just close it up. That's all that happened, y'all. Straight up. I have to say these things raw because that's what reality is. Everything I've said could be fixed, but it got to be fixed quick. This black crisis for real, y'all. It's going to keep getting worse. Mind you, this shit just getting started. I'm actually starting to watch the start happen now. It's starting up now. That's why you see in this episode, you get warnings. I showed you 2 black women that gave warning because they know. So I tell you, it's always fair game, y'all. There's people that don't know, ain't going to tell you shit. But on this same thing called YouTube, same Instagram you want, it's people trying to tell you shit. Because people like me and others know this the end, y'all. It's the last dance. It's the last dance for certain people, y'all. Not skin color, behavior, y'all. Y'all see those 3 black women? The one to the right is strictly positive. The other 2, straight idiots. They're going to pay the price. They're going to pay the piper. All right, y'all? So, only way to get it is to get right. Educate yourself means be aware of everything you're not smart at. Everything you don't know, try to know it. Anything that's going to help your life, try to learn it. Get on it. That's where we at. No more talking, y'all. No more playing around. I'm going to throw it at you again. Every day you trying to get something accomplished. I don't give a damn what it is. Something. And then you got 365 days a year. I guarantee by the end of the year, you're going to see something accomplished. But you got to start now, y'all. You have to start now. Same way as I'm on YouTube Live with y'all, my brain always on what's next. What can I do to incorporate what I'm already doing? How can I fit my schedule while I got time to do some other shit? That's how I work. That's how I think. That's how I move. I always know 1 is none. 1 is close to none. 1 job, damn it, like no jobs. Got it? 1 income is damn it like no income. 1 is close to none, y'all. You always want to have more than 1 if you can. But they train always have more than 1 lover. Try having more than 1 thing that's positive. You know what I'm saying? Try to multitask with all positive shit instead of multitask with all this negative shit. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to hang with them, smoke a blunt, waste time at the table. You still wasting time smoking blunts for people. That's why you don't get shit done, y'all. All right? If you want to smoke a blunt, better smoke that shit by yourself while you trying to figure out how to get some money and make your life better. That's what the weed is for. All right? Other than that, I'm going to holler at y'all. We'll be back in the morning. We back tomorrow. Update every Monday. Black crisis is for real. You tell a friend, you tell your family. And when you see people acting a fool, if you got love for them, you better put them to the side and put them on, y'all. This shit for real. Anybody you don't tell what's going on, that same person will end up being a victim or coming back to you for help. It's the last dance, y'all. And then you better get is, the word is nobody's going to tell you nothing. That's the whole plan. What they say, boys in the hood, either they don't know, or they don't show, or give a damn about what's going on in the hood. Tell you, man, I saw that movie as a teenager. Certain things always stuck in my head, man. It was some real shit. Because John Singleton wrote that movie, y'all. It's only 3 things, y'all. Either they don't know. There's one thing we don't know. You see what I'm saying? There's one thing when you don't show. You don't show up. You don't show no love. Or the other thing is you just don't give a damn. That's why I told you. Look at all your favorite celebrities now. It's only 3 things. When I tell you, people ain't show you no love yet. It's on purpose because they don't give a damn about the hood. Other than that, y'all, it's a harsh reality, but it is what it is. On that note, appreciate everybody tapping in. Shout out to everybody on his membership. Shout out to all the geniuses, all the good people. And on that note, we all in this together for us. Everybody trying to do better and get ahead. But I'm always going to tell you, stick to the guidelines and you are guaranteed to make it. That's it. Go against the grain and your ass going to get slain. I'll let y'all later. 1.